What if I told you that the spices you've been using for years might be ruining your health? You might think you're getting a taste of luxury, but in reality, you're ingesting artificial additives, toxic chemicals, and hidden fillers that could harm your body. In today's video, we're diving deep into 10 popular spice brands that you need to avoid like the plague. And to make sure you're not left empty-handed, I'll also share the 2 spice brands that are worth your trust. Stay tuned. What you discover might just change the way you cook forever. Let's kick things off with one of the most popular spice brands on the market, brand name. It's been in your kitchen, it's been in your pantry, but is it really what it claims to be? The shocking truth is that this brand contains synthetic flavoring agents and a host of artificial colorants that not only dilute the flavor, but could also trigger allergic reactions. We'll break down the harmful chemicals that could be hiding in your spice jar. Next up, brand name, a big name in the spice world. Many of us grew up with it in our kitchens, but here's something you probably didn't know. Their products are often made with low-grade ingredients. Not only are they filled with preservatives to extend shelf life, but they also include MSG and other harmful additives that could contribute to headaches, fatigue, and digestive issues. You're not just getting a sprinkle of flavor, you're getting a dose of unhealthy additives. Now let's talk about brand name. On the surface, it seems like a high-quality choice, but once you dig deeper, you'll find a disturbing amount of fillers and non-organic ingredients. In fact, many of their spices are laced with pesticides and chemicals that have been linked to serious long-term health problems. So the next time you grab that jar off the shelf, think twice. Brand name has been a staple in most kitchens for decades, but what you don't know is that their so-called natural spices are often blended with synthetic fillers to bulk them up. These fillers reduce the potency of the flavor, and even worse, can have adverse effects on your digestive system. If you want to maintain your health, it's time to say goodbye to this brand. What about brand name? The advertisements make it sound like the best thing you can buy, but in reality, it's filled with high levels of salt and other preservatives that are bad for your heart. If you're looking to lower your sodium intake, this one is definitely not worth it. In fact, they've been called out for misleading labeling, which makes this brand even worse than you thought. Brand name claims to use organic ingredients, but do they really? Unfortunately, their spices are often contaminated with heavy metals and pesticides that not only compromise the flavor, but also put your health at risk. So the next time you see this brand, consider choosing a cleaner alternative. If you've ever used brand name, you know it's marketed as a premium product. But here's the kicker. Their spices are often irradiated, a process that kills bacteria but also destroys the nutrients and flavor. You're paying more for less. This is not just a bad deal, it's a health risk that you should be aware of. Let's take a closer look at brand name. While they pride themselves on their exotic blends, they've been repeatedly caught using low-quality, bulk spices that are cut with starches and fillers to save on cost. You're essentially paying top dollar for something that's been watered down with non-natural substances. Do you really want to consume that in your food? Brand name might have a sleek package and sound great, but do you know what's inside? They often use poor sourcing practices, relying on untraceable suppliers who prioritize profit over quality. As a result, many of their spices come with a side of dangerous chemicals and pesticides. No matter how tempting the price might be, this one is a no-go. And last but not least, let's talk about brand name. Their products might be easily accessible, but they've been under fire for being filled with synthetic additives and artificial colors. This brand has been known to use genetically modified crops in their spice production, which poses long-term health risks you can avoid by making better choices. Now you've heard the bad news, but here's the good news. Brand name is one of the only brands that guarantees no additives, no fillers, and no artificial ingredients. Their spices are sourced from ethical farmers, and they undergo rigorous testing for purity and potency. Whether you're using it for cooking or health reasons, this brand offers quality you can trust. Section 12. Spice brand worth it. Brand name.
Another spice brand you should definitely consider is brand name. They go above and beyond to ensure that their spices are 100% organic, sustainably sourced, and free of any harmful chemicals. If you care about your health and the environment, this is the brand you can count on to deliver premium, safe, and flavorful spices every single time. So there you have it, 10 spice brands you need to avoid and the 2 that are worth your trust. Are you surprised by what you learned today? If you want to enjoy a flavorful and healthy cooking experience, be sure to steer clear of these low-quality spice brands and opt for the ones that actually care about your health.